All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So this is going to be a little bit of a special video. So this was a viewer request, but in all honesty, I think there's a lot of good knowledge center info to talk about here. So I'm going to, oh bless you, my kitty just sneezed. I don't know if you guys heard that. I'm going to talk about all-time highs. I'm going to talk about being over all the moving averages. I'm going to talk about just a couple things that really go beyond the Vita Coco company's ticker. And then, yeah, I'll talk a little bit about just like the immediate and what I would do here. But yeah, this, I'll tell you, I regret not being in this very, very much so, especially at a certain point. And like I said, we'll talk about all that shortly. But real quick, what are we going to do today? Kind of the same thing we normally do. We'll still look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing looks. We still have our 5 moving averages. I'll draw a couple horizontal support and resistance lines, and then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume. Maybe a little bit less of these because again, I think I'm going to focus a little more up here, but we'll probably use these as we talk a little bit more about the immediate, okay? And then look, if you can please like this video, share this video across social media, if you can comment here, if you can subscribe to the channel, anything you can do really, really does help with the YouTube algorithms. But hey, just being here and giving me your time is very, very appreciated, okay? So look, let's get into it. And again, this is not that old a company. I'll be honest, this is going to sound very LA of me, but I actually don't like this coconut water. There are other coconut waters I enjoy more. My wife definitely buys them every now and then. And yeah, it's a nice little expensive treat, I guess, right? There's really nothing else to call these things, all right? There are definitely a few important things I really, really want to call out, okay? First and foremost are these 2 lines that I would have drawn almost immediately if I was following this stock. First, I would draw the IPO open. All right, since this was a red candle, I'm going to do the open. If it was a green, I would take the top and take the close, right? But I do want to know that we opened right here, and then obviously the rest you can kind of see. And then from there, I would take the biggest green candle to date, okay? And you can see an interesting channel ends up happening here, right? I'll be honest, I'm kind of going to ignore a lot of this because look, just bad things happen under the 8. There's a couple times when it tries to get over the 8 and the 20, it doesn't like, it does some basic moving average stuff. For me, I want to talk more about these 2 lines especially. So look, you can see that the IPO start is what slows this down. Look, that's a sexy run right there. I mean, a lot of really good happens between July and, mid-August of 22. This is what stopped it. IPO first day open, all right? That's a really important line. Man, what I regret missing is the break of this one. All right, because look, let's just see what happens here. You can see it's pretty much the top of this guy. There's one more go here, and then yeah, once this breaks, I mean, this is what I call easy trading, all right? You're in all-time highs. There are no resistances, right? There's nothing I can draw from the past because there's nothing up here, right? And you just end up flying, flying, flying. Look how high things get, right? Like where are you at? You get an 80 RSI. You know I always say 80 RSI is too high. This thing cools off but never loses the 8, makes another little bounce. What am I expecting right now? Honestly, kind of the same thing. I think we're probably going to hit the 8 and go. Otherwise, hey, maybe even 50% candle will do the job and it goes right there, right? Does look like the RSI might be cooling down a little bit. So, hey, maybe we touch the 8 again. But look, end of the day, this thing has just been an amazing rider of the 8 and the 20. Actually uses the 50 twice now. It's a little bit of an interesting thing to say, right? But yeah, a whole mess of riding the 8 and the 20. Again, it just really goes to show these 2 lines can really become your best friend once you're on the good side of it. And look how long it lasts, right? We've seen opposite where it's just like months and months and months under the line. This is what months and months look like, right? And look, at this point, This right here is where it pretty much breaks all the moving averages, right? There's all five right here. It's now just doing a nice little move on all of them. The 20, the 50 starts coming up as well. The 20 looks like it still like, look at these lines, right? There's no like curve down happening, right? It's going, it's kind of curving. Nah, let's keep going up. Let's keep going up. Let's keep, like, these are all saying, let's keep going up. You know what I mean? So, there's so much to like here, and I'm telling you, as much as I bash all-time lows as this black hole vortex of evil, all-time highs is this beautiful blue sky of happiness and birds chirping and angels giving you high fives if you're religious, right? Like, it's a great place to be up here above those all-time high resistances, above all five of the moving averages, right? Like, there are so many things that can catch us if this thing was to fall, right? There are plenty of places to set some really good safe stop losses to make sure nothing bad happens. But honestly, like, let's just look at the week. Like, look at this weekly. Look at this weekly, right? Just nothing but riding the 20, I'm sorry, the 8. And look, as much as we bounced on the 20 and the 50 on the daily, we haven't even needed the 20 on the weekly. Maybe you can say a little bit happens right here, but yeah, we just pretty much go bump, 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 right? Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I'm telling you, all-time highs is just an amazing place to have your money. All right. So again, a little bit of a different video on this. I always bash all-time lows. I'm really glad I got to talk about an all-time high stock. And look, end of the day, like I said, if you want to consider an entry, what I probably would do is I would wait for a pullback on one of these lines. If you really, really want to get, I don't want to call it greedy, right? But if you want to wait to see the next time it hits the 20, that's for sure a very reasonable thing to do, right? Because it looks like this is a plateau right here. I imagine around 19 whatever, there's a good chance that we fall and it stops us here and here. I think that's realistic, actually. You know what I mean? So I would either wait to see if it's going to, bounce on one of these lines and make a second recovery, or hey, end of the day, this is the next all-time high resistance. If it breaks 22, what did this close at? This one. If it breaks 21.92, you're going back higher and higher into all-time highs. And honestly, yeah, there's no reason for me not to make an alert here. Let's do 21.93. Let me know if we're a penny higher than that. Yeah, hell yeah, right? So again, glad I was able to make this video. A little bit viewer request, but a little bit more knowledge center, I think, is what this is. So hey, appreciate your time. Thank you.